Hi everyone, I'm back. It's V-Vibe time. And I had to pull my hair up for this one. And yes, I am actually doing back-to-back videos because time is of the essence right now. And I have time to do it. So I'm going to. So sorry, I'm wearing the same thing. Um, okay, episode 6 here is about healing. Healing. It kind of goes with the last one that I did, which is You Matter. Healing is an internal energy that you can do for yourself or for anyone else. Now, not everybody has the ability to heal. I know it always seems like that I say I all the time, but I'm just explaining things from my perspective, and because it's the only one that I really know. I'm an expert at me. um, but I grew up not really knowing that I had any type of powers or releasing of energy or anything until about the age of 15, as I stated in You Matter. Uh, I was, I realized at that time that I was an empath. And then later on in life, it was more towards the time that after I had my first child, Bree. I think that's when I really recognized that I was able to do some healing. Every time that, and you know how we do things instinctively and we don't even realize it or know, until a little bit later. But I noticed that little Bree, whenever she would get hurt, whether it's a finger or her knee or her elbow or whatever, I would do this little um, what this little thing that I would do, which would be, I'm like, okay, baby, where do you hurt? And she would show me. And then, so I would start rubbing my hands together to create the heat. Okay. And once I created the heat, then I would touch that area. And then when I touched it, I touch it and then I will release it out and then like throw it out and then do it again. Touch it, release it, throw it out, and do it again. 3 times of that, okay? And then the last time I would put it on, and then I would say my prayer. You Please heal, Bree and her little foot or her ankle, her knee, or whatever it is. Please heal her completely. And and then I'd be like, okay, baby, you're all healed. And children, their minds are just so wonderful. You tell them something, they believe it, and it's done. So that is part of the healing process, is that you have to believe it. So if you're going to heal yourself, whether it's a physical ailment and you need to heal yourself, half of it you have to believe. You have to believe that you're healed. And so that goes along with your emotions. If you are feeling down about something or upset about something, or so many things are happening and you feel out of control and you can't handle it, you recently lost a family member, then you lost a job, and you lost your husband or your wife, and something, all these things just kind of building up. That's the time that you need to stop everything, sit down in silence. If you can go outside and sit in the grass and let the sun just, rain on you, and just be at peace and think about everything that's gone on. It goes back to You Matter. Accept it. And as you're doing this, you have to believe that you're healing yourself too. Okay? Remember, 50%. And then you can do that same process, of healing yourself wherever it is that you are hurting the most, and release it. Okay. And then move on with your life. Just forgive, forget, and move on. because the more that you hold on to it, the worse it's going to feed and fester and create more problems for you. Okay. And you don't want more problems. Guarantee that. I remember one time when my son Drew had his lymph nodes, they swelled up. They swelled up? They swole? They were huge. And I think what happened was at that time we had a cat in the house, and maybe the cat scratched him and it did something, gave an infection, but they were just swollen. And, we went to the doctor, did all that good stuff. And we came home and I said, you know what, everybody? We are all going to heal brother here. We are going to lay our hands on him. And so that's what I did. I had him laid down. And I remember it was on at the time. It was the house that we had that burned down. We had these huge mats that my brother-in-law had let us get from when he was working. We bought it from there really cheap from, I don't know, one of those fitness places that he was working at. And so we had these huge mats. So we laid them out. And so we put Drew on there. He laid there. And at that time, I think it was, well, of course, my husband, me, Bree, and maybe Brooke was there at that time. She was little. And so we laid him down. And I said, okay, everybody put your hand on him. So everybody had their hand somewhere, and mainly in this area right here. Okay. And then I started doing my healing on his lymph nodes, on his neck here, right? And we released it. And it was like, I don't know, like a few days later, maybe, it was just gone. Just gone. So those are just some of the things that have happened. And there's, many others. And then there are times that I did healings on many people that it did not work out. But I had to learn and accept that it wasn't because of my failure to heal. It was because of their path that they were already on. They weren't meant to be healed. But what I was able to do for them was give them peace of mind of the journey that they were about to go on. And many loved ones miss them dearly. And it's a helpless feeling when you can't make it happen. But you have to release it. And, crying is just a way to release it. It just means that you're very passionate about how you feel about someone or about something. So you'll see, I cry a lot. It's nothing new. It's just, just who I am. So don't worry. I cry at everything. So healing. If you ever need a healing from me, just ask. I prefer to be in person. There's a lot of people who do, distance healing, and they're great at it. I just have to touch the person because my healing is in my hands, which is the heat that transfers. And I can't transfer that, over a computer or over the phone. But I will say, I have done many healings, prayer healings, where when someone is requesting for a healing, or they're saying, oh, please pray for my, my child, my husband, my whatever it is. There are certain especially when I go through Facebook or, LinkedIn or any social media, there are certain people that I'm drawn to. And when I'm drawn to that person, I will do a healing. I will say it, and I will put a lot of energy into that person. And I make sure, and I will even say my little prayer, or sending healing prayers or whatever on there. And then I go back and I try to watch to see what's happened with that person. And God, I mean, countless times they were healed. And I'm not saying it's just because of me. I think it's because of multitudes of people sending that good vibe and that healing vibe to that person that created the healing process for them. And then that they believed and they wanted to be healed. They needed to be healed because they have another purpose. So you can heal yourself. But if you need a little help, reach out to me. If you're in the Alvin, Houston area, and you try to do it before you get so bad that you can't be helped. But if you need anything with that, just holler at me. If I can do it over the phone, I will try my best. But I really do like to put hands-on healing, okay? So that is just helping the best for everybody, and keep that love going for yourself and for everybody else. Stop hating, because that is a horrible energy. Oh, it's a horrible energy. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So if you're going to put anything out there, if you're going to post anything, if you're going to say anything, keep it positive, because the positiveness will come back to you. Okay? Peace out.